Empire Records isn't just a movie, it's the 90s bottled up and shaken until it explodes. One chaotic day in a record store turns into a whirlwind of music, rebellion, heartbreak, and questionable life choices. It may have crashed in theaters, but that only made it cooler, securing its status as the ultimate slacker cult classic. Loud, messy, and unapologetically weird, it's the kind of film that made you want to ditch school, work at a record shop, and maybe even shave your head just to prove a point. This isn't polished Hollywood. It's raw, reckless, and unforgettable 90s energy. But behind the counter antics, there's a ton of stuff even hardcore fans don't know. Today, we're breaking down 20 weird, surprising, and totally random facts about Empire Records. So, say no more, and let's dive in. 1. Inspired by a real record store. Believe it or not, Empire Records wasn't dreamed up in some Hollywood office. Writer Carol Heikkinen actually based it on her real job at Tower Records in Phoenix. She spent her teen years surrounded by eccentric co-workers, music snobs, and the general chaos of retail. Sound familiar? That authenticity is what gives the movie its "this could totally happen" vibe. So every time Lucas or Marcus are goofing off behind the counter, that's basically Carol's diary coming to life. 2. The story originally took place over 2 days. Here's a wild one. At first, the script wasn't limited to just 24 hours. The original story stretched across 2 full days in the life of the record store. But the filmmakers decided to trim the timeline, hoping a one crazy day format would make the movie more energetic and snappy. And honestly, it kind of works. The movie's like a 90-minute adrenaline shot. Speaking of cuts, brace yourself, because the next one will surprise you. 3. The Lost 40 Minutes. The final movie runs about 90 minutes, but it originally clocked in at 2 full hours. Studio execs panicked, cut 40 minutes of scenes, and left fans with the faster-paced but sometimes confusing version we know today. Those missing 40 minutes? Fans have begged for them ever since, but it's still locked away in some studio vault. What was in those scenes? More Deb? More Rex? We may never know. And if you think losing 40 minutes is wild, wait until you hear who almost starred in the movie. Number 4. Liv Tyler was just 17. When Liv Tyler stepped into the role of Corey, she was only 17 years old. That means a lot of her scenes were shot under stricter work regulations, but the mix of innocence and confidence she brought to the role fit perfectly. Corey's obsession with "Rexy, you're so sexy" wouldn't have landed the same without Tyler's wide-eyed intensity. Talk about a star being born. 5. Renee Zellweger was a waitress before this. Before she was Jerry Maguire's "You Had Me at Hello," Renee Zellweger was waiting tables in Austin, Texas. She had only a few small film credits when she got cast as Gina in Empire Records. This role, along with Reality Bites, helped launch her into stardom. And let's be real, she totally stole the show. 6. Rex Manning was based on washed-up pop idols. You know Rex Manning, the fictional pop star nobody wanted to admit they used to love. He was inspired by the cheesy, over-the-top 80s icons who desperately tried to stay relevant into the 90s. Think faded hairspray, glittery jackets, and music videos nobody asked for. Rex is basically every faded idol rolled into one glorious mullet. And speaking of Rex, did you know he has his very own holiday? 7. Rex Manning Day became a real holiday. Fans loved mocking Rex so much that Rex Manning Day became an actual internet holiday. Every April 8th, social media fills up with posts, memes, and watch parties dedicated to celebrating or roasting Empire Records' most hilarious cringy guest star. 8. A lot of antics were improvised. Part of what makes Empire Records feel so real is that the cast was encouraged to just goof around. Many of the little background moments, jokes, and shenanigans behind the counter weren't in the script. That improvisation gave the movie its offbeat, anything can happen vibe. 9. Tobey Maguire was supposed to be in it. Yep. Spider-Man himself was originally cast in the film. Tobey Maguire was supposed to play one of the employees, but he dropped out before filming. Considering Ethan Embry was high for half the shoot, more on that later, Maguire might have been a grounding presence. Or maybe the movie would have been even weirder. But Tobey wasn't the only surprise. One cast member had a secret they kept very close to the vest. 10. Anthony LaPaglia is Australian. Anthony LaPaglia, who plays Joe, the grumpy but lovable manager, actually hails from Australia. He perfected an American accent for the film, fooling most fans who assumed he was a true Jersey guy. LaPaglia's Joe became the heart of the movie, proving that every chaotic workplace needs a reluctant father figure. 11. It bombed in theaters. Here's the shocker. Despite the killer cast and rockin' soundtrack, Empire Records was a total flop in theaters. It only made about $300,000 against a $10 million budget. Ouch. But here's the twist. Once it hit VHS and cable reruns, it found its real audience. The misfits of the 90s claimed it as their own. And suddenly, it was a cult classic. Proof that the best movies find their people eventually. 12. The soundtrack faced music rights issues. The original soundtrack plan fell apart when the studio couldn't afford the rights to many of the songs. They scrambled to fill the soundtrack with a mix of indie rock, grunge, and pop-punk tracks. Ironically, the patched-together soundtrack became one of the defining parts of the film. And if you thought the soundtrack drama was messy, just wait until we get to the next fact. 13. Robin Tooney really shaved her head. Deb's dramatic head-shaving scene, 100% real. Robin Tooney actually shaved her head on camera in one take. No wigs, no camera tricks, just a razor and commitment. She later admitted that she didn't fully realize what she signed up for until it was happening. 14. Coyote Shivers was married to Liv Tyler's mom. Here's a weird one. Coyote Shivers, who played Burko, was married to model-turned-singer Bebe Buell, a.k.a. Liv Tyler's mom. So, yes, he was technically Liv Tyler's stepdad during filming. Talk about keeping it in the family. 15. The rooftop concert was real. That climatic rooftop concert scene wasn't just some green screen setup. The cast really did perform on a rooftop in Wilmington, North Carolina. A real crowd gathered below to watch, giving the final act its authentic, end-of-the-world party energy. And while the rooftop was real, what happened behind the scenes was even crazier. 16. The cast lived together during filming. To save money and build chemistry, the young cast lived together in a hotel while shooting. Imagine a bunch of 20-somethings stuck together, filming all day and partying all night. No wonder the friendships on screen feel genuine. 17. Renee Zellweger actually sang Super High. That famous rooftop jam, Renee Zellweger wasn't lip-syncing. She actually sang her part live, surprising everyone with her vocal chops. No dubbing needed. She brought that raw, emotional energy to the rooftop, and it's perfection. It's a fun little detail that makes the performance even more memorable. 18. The missing long cut still haunts fans. Back to that lost footage, fans have begged for decades to see the original 2-hour version of the movie. While a longer fan cut was pieced together with deleted scenes, the official long cut has never been released. Every year on Rex Manning Day, fans rally for Warner Brothers to finally put it out. And speaking of things fans never got, there's another secret that'll blow your mind. 19. Ethan Embry was high during filming. Ethan Embry, who played lovable stoner Mark, later admitted that he was actually stoned through most of the filming. Like, brownies weren't the only thing he was vibing with. It kinda explains Mark's whole spaced out energy, right? He said he didn't take the movie very seriously at the time, but his goofy energy ended up being one of the highlights. 20. From flop to cult legend. Despite bombing hard in theaters, Empire Records transformed into one of the most beloved cult films of the 90s. Its themes of rebellion, music, and friendship made it timeless, while its messy charm keeps fans quoting it 30 years later. For a movie about a failing record store, it sure found a way to last forever. And that's 20 weird facts that you didn't know about Empire Records. Which one surprised you the most? Were you shocked about Tobey Maguire? Or did the stepdad thing with Coyote Shivers make your jaw drop? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into cult classics, hit that like button and subscribe. After all, it's always Rex Manning Day somewhere.